Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. This is your sister in Christ and talk show host for Greater Vision, Celia Reynolds. And today we have the honor of having our favorite pastor, Pastor Otha Everett.
Good
And we're,
morning, everybody.
yes, and we're tuning in to talk about the test and the testimony.
Mm, okay.
That's deep. And when Christians need to seek counseling, when it's time to seek counseling, when it's just too much for you to bear. And you got to give it to God, yes, that's the first thing. But also, God gives us wise decision making and He gives us the resources that we need to get the help that we need. And we just happen to have one of the best counselors.
Uh-oh. And so you bring up an excellent point. One of the things I'm constantly faced with is should Christians believe in counseling? Should they believe in therapy? And it becomes an important issue because it arises so much because people say, I trust God. I'm just going to pray it through. I'm just going to rely on my faith to get me through what I'm going through. But oftentimes you realize that counseling is important. It is a component of us who oftentimes go through. Proverbs 15 and 22 says, without counsel, plans fail, but with many advisors, they succeed. And I think this is a direct scripture that speaks to the fact that counseling is not only important, but it's necessary for the things that we go through.
It is. I've been experiencing some things myself where recently I just felt like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I felt like, I don't know if you all can relate out there. If you can, please type into the chat and let us know what your questions, any questions you may have. Maybe one of us can answer. We have the licensed person here
Uh-oh.
that can definitely tell you some things that I can't share with you because I'm not licensed. But just off of experience, some things that I have been dealing with and that I have dealt with in the past. And I know that counseling has been my friend. God has been my savior, but counseling has also been my help in a very needy time, right? When I felt like the weight of the world, like I said, was closing in on me, and that my peers, even my husband, wouldn't relate to what I was going through. Because how many of you know sometimes that they be in their own stuff too? Sometimes they, right? They be going through some things themselves, and you may be the person in their life, in their immediate, family or immediate direction that can steer them in the right direction. That can say, "Hey, look at what I did."
Wow.
Right? I was going through this. I was going through a breakup. I was going through some financial struggles. I was going through some mental things or whatever. I was going through some health problems, and I needed some help outside of the traditional help.
Well, I think one of the things when people see counseling, there's always been this myth that people are just going to get in my business and they're going to they can't help me. But when you think about by way of definition, counseling is a profession. Just as you go into your doctor seeking medical help, you go to your counselor, your therapist, because their whole focus is to address what we call emotional, psychological, and then lastly, also what we call relational issues that a person may have. And sometimes that counseling and that Christian faith, they sometimes bump heads, I guess is the word.
Yes.
Because some Christians wonder if seeking counseling means I don't have faith or I have little faith. But while others may look at it and say, well, you know what, I sought out counseling because there were some thoughts that I was going through. I sought counseling because the stress got to me. I'm seeking counseling because there are some things I need to process. And when you do that, you begin to see counseling as a tool that helps us as it relates to the journey of healing as well as growth. Because we all will experience certain things in our lives that we can get stuck in, and oftentimes we need someone to help us process those thoughts, help us to figure out, is there a way to cope with some of the triggers, some of the things, some of the grief, some of the aspects that we go through. And so I'm one of those, again, my role is dual. As a pastor, I'm always going to tell people, you got to pray about it. You got to seek God for it. but also because I've been trained and I've worked as a counselor for over 26 years. I also realize there are moments where we've got to sit on the couch. There are moments where things can get the best of you. And the key to it all is to find a way out. And I believe God oftentimes gives us that guidance. One of my favorite scriptures when people ask me about counseling is Proverbs 11:14. And it says, where there is no guidance, the people fall. But in the abundance of counselors, there is victory. And we have to start viewing counseling as a part of what we call our way to victory as we're processing certain things that go on for us. And so I believe it's the Bible that encourages us to have a counsel of wisdom or supports that around us to help us to be able to live what I believe is the wise life and the abundant life God has in store for all of us.
Oh, well, you know what? That is definitely a good take on it.
Right.
You know, the biggest thing coming up, because I'm a old 70s baby.
Uh-oh.
I'm an old 70s baby, so I'm old school. Like Pastor, we old school. So,
We old school.
and
We're not old, but
we're
we're
not
old school.
old, but we old school, right?
There you go.
With the good music and the good vibes and the good things, right? But also with some maybe not so good teaching.
Yeah.
When it comes to family, when it comes to, things that you go through. I know that some of the elders, right, in the room might be like, you know what, now you don't go and tell nobody your business.
Don't
Keep
tell
it to
them.
yourself.
Yeah.
Don't you tell nobody
Tell it
your
to the
business.
Lord.
Tell it to the Lord and leave it there because you ain't got to worry about it being talked about.
Wow.
But you can rest assured because of HIPAA laws that there are so many things that go into play and effect that even if that person knows you,
Right.
that your business will not get out because they have rules and regulations and no one wants to lose their job by running to the streets and telling your business. We have to be,
That's true.
even in the church, your pastor is there to console you, to help you to get to Christ, right? But he can't get you there unless you are willing.
That's right.
You're a willing vessel to accept the call and accept that you need some additional help. Now, there's, like he said, so many things of counseling, so many levels, so many different departments.
Yeah.
Grief counseling, like recently we just went through a major loss here in my family, and I know that grief counseling was needed. It's necessary. So my daughter's in counseling. I've been going through some therapy myself, and
But
we're
that
just
doesn't mean
encouraging.
anything is wrong with you, though.
There's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But, it's natural to feel sad some days. It's natural
True.
to maybe not want to do as much as I used to do on some days, especially certain days that might remind me
True.
of that incident, right? And, that's life. That doesn't mean that, you just grow up and get over it. You just go through it and you don't never remember
true.
it.
Yeah.
You will have some triggers that might strike a certain memory that you don't want to think about. And if that's the case and it continues to happen, that's your sign that you can't do this by yourself.
Well, I want to speak to that because, when we start talking about reasons people seek counseling, and that becomes important to us. Yes, it's wonderful to be able to go to people and friends and get advice, but there also comes a times where there are some things that we need to process. And to have a trained counselor who can help you to process your thoughts. And there's nothing wrong. I'm always going to say to you, if you have a pastor, it's great to go with that pastor. He can counsel you, can help you walk through the valley with God. But also as pastors, we also have to realize there are moments where there are certain things that are beyond our scope. And what that means is that as leaders, we've got to be careful that we don't lead people down the road saying, just pray about it, when we should be referring them and saying, hey, I got a number, I got a person that may be able to help you walk through certain things. And at that point, it doesn't mean that your faith is not where it needs to be.
Right.
But what we realize is that when we seek professional help, we're dealing with it from an emotional, we're dealing with it from a mental struggles, and we've got to take steps because we never want to fall into what some therapists call becoming stuck. And when you become stuck in depression, when you become stuck in not being able to deal with that stress, when you come stuck in that grief, the longer you're stuck, the harder it will be for you to come out of it. And so it becomes important to not only integrate your faith, but also understand that there are psychological therapies, principles that can help you find tools to help you deal with the things that you're going through. And so always keep in mind, yes, the Bible encourages believers to seek out support. Yes,
Yes.
we've got to, as churches, as pastors, encourage our members. Yes, pray about it, but still have the conversation if you need it.
That's right.
With those who are trained, who are therapists that can lead you out of those situations. Because what we don't realize is that there are a variety of different issues that come up whenever you deal with relations. And sometimes we get our heart broke, and sometimes we deal with financial stressors. Sometimes we deal with health issues. Sometimes we deal with issues when it comes to our parents, or even when it comes to people passing away. Those are issues that we have to address. And as we address those issues, we got to take those steps toward what I call wholeness. It is something that I'm oftentimes, Celia, trying to teach people in the church, that you have to have a wholeness. You have to have a strong body. You have to have a strong mind. But you also have to have a strong spirit, but also mentally. You want your mental component of who you are to be just as strong as your physical, just as strong as your spiritual, just as strong as oftentimes, your financial components of it. And
That's
so
right.
when you have the mentality that I want every part of me in the wholeness part to be just as important, just as strong as every other aspect, you got to take the opportunity to realize that if I'm struggling mentally, if I'm stressed out, if I'm depressed, if I'm having thoughts that sometimes become suicidal, I got to get some help, because I want to make sure I have wholeness in my life as well.
I think that this is the most perfect conversation, especially because this is National Suicide Prevention
Wow.
Month.
Yeah.
And just to hear some of the stories that have come across my timeline, that I just know some of the families, there's one family particularly personally that I know that's dealing with this, right?
Yeah.
And it's so sad because you want to always be the help that you need to be, right? That God has called you to be. And if we are keeping everything that God has blessed us
True.
with
Yeah.
and keeping it to ourselves, we got to stop acting like we did it all by ourselves.
It's true. It's true.
Like we didn't get any help with it. Like we didn't get any help with the healing process. Like we didn't get any help, or pastor did this. Pastor, no, God did it.
All right.
And he used the pastor to be able to speak life into you and to bless you. But also God also blessed women and men to have the profession like
That's
yourself,
true. Right.
to go into these things and to be able to help you with some foundational issues, right? That you
Right.
may not even know that you pushed back so many years because your parents may not have been trained in the right way that they need to go. They may have had some dysfunction in their families that was hidden, and it passed on to you, and you need that help. So we want to talk about how to choose the right counselor.
Wow.
Like how he was.
What an important
How
part.
Pastor was just saying, because there's so many different levels, and you want to make sure that you're doing Christian counseling versus secular counseling.
Well, and I think that becomes an important discussion. When we think about, what works for me as a person who is needing to get help, should I choose someone who is a part of the church? Should I choose someone who has a long time therapy? Should I choose a psychiatrist? Should I choose, someone who has been recommended? Because there are oftentimes for jobs, they have employment assistance in some people's jobs that they pay for. And it's something you pay for as a part of your package for a lot of people that gives you opportunity to get so many sessions from licensed or approved vendors when it comes to counseling. And so sometimes when we're faced with the decision of should I seek someone that has a Christian background versus should I seek someone with a secular background? And one of the things that we have to do is always realize that for those who want that faith integrated into their treatment, then yes, it is important for you to find someone that has a Christian background, but also someone who is qualified. Qualification and experience are very, very important. Whatever you're calling and looking for someone to help you, you want to make sure you find someone who fits you. You know, remember we talked about those who integrate their treatment with their Christian values, but then there may be some that says, you know what, I've heard that this counselor is really good dealing with families. I've heard this counselor is really good because I would say all of us have our individual specialties.
Yes.
Even though we all may be trained in some of the same therapy models and modalities, we all have our specialty. There are some people that, when it comes to just family, they're what we call marriage and family therapists, and their specialty is working alongside the whole family. Then there are some that are more geared toward working with children, and they have more insight. That is their specialty. And so they may know how to address your children in a better way because they've had experience. And then there are some that specialize in working with people who are elderly. Some people specialize in working with people with disabilities. And so what you want to do is you want to do just like you go to the grocery store. You want to shop. The wonderful thing that we have today is we have all of these different sites now. Most people do websites, and it gives you a variety of people who you can contact that fits you. Because I'm always saying that every counselor does not fit everybody. And one of the biggest things you always want to do is you want to make sure you find someone who you're comfortable with, someone you can build a trust relationship, someone that can be there to meet those emotional needs. Some counselors a little bit stand back, and some are there are more touchy feely. So you have a variety of people because remember, at the end of the day, we are people, and because we're people, we have to make sure that individuals who come in the door that we can meet them where they are. But then also, I think it's a good thing to seek recommendations. You may have some people who have sought out counseling and they have a trusted source. You have people in the church who possibly are seeking counseling. You have people who are friends who may have a counselor or a therapist. You got family members. So it's always good to shop for the best one that works for you, work for your children, or even work for your family. So remember, the right counselor for you is someone who respects your values, understands your needs, but also that can provide the support you require. And it becomes important that when you're dealing with those testing moments, that I am agreeing, please, ma'am, please, sir, seek the Lord. Look to the hills, for which cometh your help. That's wonderful. But when it gets to a point where it becomes things that are out of your control, out of your hand, I think it's important for you to at least consider getting on someone's couch, being able to deal with it. And I say that because, as Sylvia just said, that we spent this month doing suicide awareness. And we brought that and we centered one Sunday around the awareness, and we've seen so many people who have not only have had family members that have considered suicide or have done suicide, but we also have some of us who have those thoughts as well. And one of the biggest things I'm always telling people is that whenever those thoughts run through your mind, get on the phone, talk with someone. Make sure that you are in a protected place. A counselor is going to always ask you, what is going on? If you have those thoughts, do you have plans to hurt or harm yourself? And so a lot of it is communication, being able to know that, and I'll bring my mama in here because my mama would always tell me this. She would say, I know something is wrong. You don't sound right. And that oftentimes occurs when you have connections and relationship with friends, with your children. Know when there's something there that needs to be addressed. Now, again, don't push them, but be open enough to say, if you got something you want to talk about, I'm here. If you got a husband and he seems to not be acting the way he needs to, be open enough. Don't argue, fuss, and fight with him, but say, hey, I'm here. And if you don't want to talk to me, let's find someone you can talk to. If you got a wife and she's seemed to be going through a depressed moment, or say, be open enough to say, you know what, let's find someone that you can talk with. I think even in our churches sometimes, that when we start to see members who are not themselves, be open enough to be able to be concerned enough to say, hey, is there something you need? Is there something wrong with you? Is there something I can help? You'll be surprised how many times people are just needing somebody to talk to, share my thoughts, help me to process some things I'm going through. And is that not the role of our church, and having a unified body of believers that come together to strengthen one another, to empower one another? And I think as churches, it's nothing wrong with big churches, nothing wrong with a whole bunch of people in the church, but sometimes we miss the relational component. When we don't know each other, when we don't see people come to church, a lot of your advantages that come from smaller churches is you're going to be missed if you don't show up. Whereas a lot of times in your bigger churches, you can be absent and nobody calls you, nobody knows. And so I think as churches, pastors, deacons, leaders, being open enough to know your members, to be concerned about them. You don't know what they're going through, but when you start to see them acting differently, when you start to see them missing church, or their behaviors are sort of different from what they used to be, that's the time that if we're concerned about our members, we've got to be able to address the fact that if I can't help you, I know somebody who probably can. And so I'm always going to say to pastors, please keep therapists on your speed dial. I've even myself, I've been in situations, because I've been in therapy and working with people for a while. But even for myself, there's a time where I have to refer out, because that's out of my scope of knowledge. And I'm always willing to say, to individuals, if I can't help you, I'm going to refer you out. I'm going to find somebody who you identify with, someone who has a little bit more experience in that area. And so that is something that I think when we started talking about being tested and tried, yes, we're promoting when you need help, but we're also promoting the fact that communication, being concerned, being open to seeing people, being open to figure out what's going on with people is just as valuable.
I love the points and facts that you made about having people in place, because that's so important. I know that I've been going through some testing.
All right.
I've been going through some testing, but I see the testimonies from God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's just so many things that I see that God is. I see that God is doing. Did it? Okay. Yeah. So there's so many things that I can see that God has been doing in my life, and just because I am a faithful believer and I spend so much time with God, with my morning prayer, my worship with the kids, and just different things that I do to make sure that I'm prepared mentally, spiritually, and just physically for the day and for the assignments that I need to take on myself, right? As a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter. There's so many roles that we play as just being a person, right? Every person has different roles that they play. Whether you're a wife, husband, daughter, son, it doesn't matter. You have different things roles that you play and that you have to, participate in every day, right? It's called life. And so when life gets to life, and I was going through some things, I was sharing with Pastor that, hey, I feel the pressure.
And it happens. It happens. Yes.
I was feeling it, and I needed that extra help. So I knew that it was time for me to get in and get myself involved back into therapy, back into making sure that I was properly getting the guidance and making the right decision making for myself. And I'm a firm believer. So please do not believe that you would not be attacked by those spirits, by the enemy. Because he doesn't just come after the ones that are unsaved and that may not have the relationship that you have with Christ. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy against all of us.
All
right?
the time.
All the time.
And so even when I thought things was going better, here it is. We was having some trouble with the kids. Not that they're bad kids, and that they're but they're kids, and
They're kids,
life
yeah.
is life, and they're in school with different spirits, and they're going and they're growing and they're maturing. And so I knew as a mother, like how he was saying, something's not right. Something's not.
That's true.
Something's not.
Being aware,
Yeah,
being aware of
be
what's
aware.
going on. Yeah.
Because I know my children, and I know that we read and we pray, and if I'm being attacked, if you're being attacked, your children are being attacked, your grandchildren are being attacked. So sit down with them, talk with them, get with the pastor, see what kind of what is it, benefits and
Benefits,
kind
that's
of
the key.
things that they have in the church to help you, right? And outside the church, what your pastor, if your pastor don't know, because you're not telling them, then you can't blame anyone but yourself.
Oh, the church can't help me. But how do
Yeah.
we know the church can't help us until we become transparent? And that speaks to even the volume of our churches, because, we've got to change the way we view mental health. We've seen so many opportunities that every time something happens, it seems like the world revolves around, they had mental health issues. And most of the time, those people who commit these crimes and do certain things, a lot of times they haven't been diagnosed. They're not on medication. They're not on therapy. They haven't been in any type of psych hospital. There are people who broke. There are people who had issues that oftentimes were not addressed. And therefore, you wonder if some of the kids who have been picked on, you wonder if some of the individuals who parents just didn't just allow them to put an iPad in front of them and not talk with them and address some of their issues, you wonder if those individuals could have been helped.
That's right.
And I oftentimes believe that yes, it's not too early to get counseling, and it's not too late to get counseling. Anytime a therapist is available and you have some things that you need to do, then be open enough to say, you know what, I need to do this not for just me, but for my children, for my family, for my marriage, for my well-being. And so I want to end with this. I saw this quote, and I want to just give you this, and then I'll be quiet and let you finish up.
Oh.
It says this: Christians, like everyone else, may benefit from counseling at various points in life. Faith and counseling can work together to promote healing, growth, and deeper understanding of oneself and God. Seeking counseling, hear me guys, is a courageous, it is a wise step toward wholeness, not a sign of weak faith. Amen. I want to just leave that with you guys.
Listen, Pastor just said a mouthful, because we hear all the time, you, especially when it comes to our men, and these are our leaders, y'all. Women, listen. If your sons, your husbands, your brothers, they need the support from you. Because a lot of times what we find out is that men do not get the help that they need. Their fathers, their providers, they're over the households, and they feel like, it's, I'm gonna be a weak person if I go and get it. I hear it all the time, just for communicating with people and the kind of outreach ministry I do, and how the sons and the husbands are feeling like they just don't have a voice. I can't tell my wife I need to go and sit down with somebody. She gonna think something wrong with me. No, we gotta debunk that narrative. Wives, daughters, sisters, let me tell you something. You better get your loved ones into counseling and therapy. The same goes for the men. If you see your wives and your daughters or whatever, and say you're a single father, and you see that, hey, something is not right. I'm not connecting with my son or my daughter when I get them. They're not being who they normally used to be. You don't know what may be going on in that household that you're not in. Right? And you need to make sure you have an open forum with them, right? That they can trust you, and they can know that you're not going to judge them. That way you don't miss it. You don't miss the opportunity to help them to get what they need. Vice versa. This goes both ways. This is for believers and non-believers, because the body of Christ is here, right, to do what it's going to do. But you have to also do your part, right? So today was a blessed day. I am so grateful and thankful that our very own Pastor Otha Everett was able to come and join us on Greater Vision. And we had a great talk to end the National Prevention of Suicide Month. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Until next time, I know we have been planning to do this sit down, this open forum for Alzheimer awareness. We are going to piggyback with the guests that we had that were coming on this time, praying that she gets to feeling better for next month to come on out and to share all the knowledge that she has with some other ones about how to help our loved ones that are dealing with Alzheimer and dementia. Until next time, you guys, blessings.
Have a blessed day.
Tune in next time. God bless you.